We're in today with the RTX 2060 Super. This is a 2019 video card with 2176 shaders. It's got 8 gig of VRAM GDDR6, 1470 MHz on the core clock with 1750 MHz on the memory clock. 256 bits bus width, and we're gonna pair it up with this Intel Xeon E5 2699 V4 with 22 cores and 44 threads. I think we need to jump in a couple of games and see how the GPU and the system is holding. Let's go. If we're starting with Fortnite, you need to understand that this game is put now on DirectX 11 with performance mode. I trust myself because last time I played with an RTX video card, I put everything on maximum with DirectX 12 and I didn't like it, you know. So instead I said, you know what, with this 20 series video card, I will do the opposite. I will put it on performance and I would like to see how much this video card can actually push. I mean, in this situation, you can actually see the video card is doing a fantastic job with hundreds of FPS, so there is no problem on utilizing a video card like this. It's got the VRAM, it's got the core speed, everything is good with this video card. The core is not maxed out, the system it's not maxed out. You can actually see 44 degrees on the CPU, 300 watts from the wall. I will say this is a decent performance overall. Maximum details in Crossout with this system, you can actually see is doing a fantastic job. High details, DLSS on auto. This is exactly the performance I'm asking from this computer, from this GPU. You can clearly see is doing the job. 98% load on the GPU core with 200 FPS on average. 72 degrees on the GPU. That's actually really hot considering I put maximum fan speed in this situation, but the game is doing fantastic. The CPU is not fully stressed. I mean, 46 degrees on the CPU, it's actually okay. 370 watts consumption. I mean, the GPU is pushed to the limit, 3.7 gig of VRAM utilization. I think this is a good situation in which it shows you how much the computer it's utilizing. In this situation, the GPU is doing a fantastic job. The system is doing a fantastic job with 7.9 gig of system RAM being utilized here. And yeah, I think this is an overall good system. But if we're jumping in Battlefield with this system, with this video card, you can clearly see that it's doing a fantastic job here. Majority of the time you will notice that is 97% load on the GPU core, but I activated this performance because I wanted to see the maximum. Oh damn, I wanted to see the GPU on maximum power, and it's actually delivering a nice performance overall. I like this combination with this video card. I put medium details with DLSS, and you can actually see that the GPU is doing quite fantastic. 100 FPS on average with 4.1 gig of VRAM utilization. I mean, the GPU is getting hot in this situation, but it does a nice job here. You can actually see the GPU, it's actually pushing the game. It gives you the nice averages here, and it's a nice performance overall. I cannot complain about this system and this GPU. Overall, it's doing great, so I have nothing bad to say about this. In Apex with maximum details, you can actually see that the GPU is doing a fantastic job. Maximum FPS, 4.8 gig of VRAM utilization, 70-80% load on the GPU. That's actually nice considering usually I see it at maximum. I like it. I like this performance. I like everything about this. The system itself doesn't have any problems. 44 degrees with 20% load on the CPU. I mean, on the cores, you know that the threads are sometimes utilized at maximum, but in this case you can clearly see that it's doing a fantastic work. So I like this overall performance here. 350 watts consumption from this computer. I think there's a lot of options if you want to optimize it, but definitely there is room for improvement in this case. In case you want more FPS, the system allows you to push more FPS by putting maybe instead of maximum to medium details. I think that will be a great choice, but at this moment there is no problem. There is no need to push the game to lowest details in order to get that. There is a FPS target if you're interested to get more FPS. Considering how it's working, I don't think it's needed, but just in case you need it, there is that options, and yeah, I like it. I like the overall performance. But if we're jumping in PUBG with this system, you can actually see on maximum details I got 97% load on the GPU, 70 degrees. It's actually a fantastic performance from the video card considering it's giving me 80 FPS on average with 10 ms. Good performance, some spikes here and there apparently when I'm turning around super fast, so that thing will change as soon as I get this card. 97% load, 3.9 gig of VRAM utilized from the video card. I mean, overall performance, it's good, you know, on the GPU side. On the system side, still holding pretty well. It doesn't pass 10 gig of system RAM, so that will be an average in this situation. 350 watts consumption from the system, so overall performance, yes, I like it. The CPU, it's not stressed. The GPU, it's stressed with nearly 4 gig of VRAM. Apparently, it doesn't go up or down from there. I like this performance from the computer. I like the performance from the GPU. They all utilizing 350 watts, apparently. Apparently, it didn't manage to consume more. I understand how it's working. 10 ms is fantastic. Apparently, if I want to de-stress the system, I will put VSync on and I will get less stress on the GPU side. But if we're jumping in Counter-Strike with this system, with this video card, apparently on maximum details, you can actually see it's utilizing the system, 340 watts consumption. On very high details, the GPU is utilized between 80 and 90%. On very high, the video card is being utilized in this case with 80-90% load on the core, with 70 degrees with maximum fan speed. That's very important. 5.8 gig of VRAM utilized in this situation, offering me around over 100 FPS on average with this types of settings. 9.1 gig of system RAM being utilized and 20% average on the CPU with apparently 320-330 watts consumption. In Counter-Strike, this computer, it's doing a fantastic job. It's doing a fantastic job with this video card, and there is no problem on actually utilizing the resource. You can clearly see that the GTA 5 is working really nice with this system. 50 FPS on on this occasion. It's the GPU, it's on nearly maximum load in this occasion with 5.3 gig of VRAM utilization, 10.3 gig of system RAM used, and 10-15% load on the CPU, 43 degrees. I mean, I think the threads on the CPU are the problem here, or in this case, you can see based on the wattage, it's on maximum. I think that the CPU is on maximum with the GPU. I mean, the GPU, it's on 98% because I put 2.5 on the render scale. Advanced shadows, everything it's on maximum, and the computer, it's utilizing 350 watts from the wall. I think this is the GPU in this occasion. I think if I take down the render scale, it will work even better. Let's take a look and see how it's working. What do you think? Do you think it's gonna work better? Let's go in advanced graphics. I'm just curious. Off. I'm actually curious. What the heck is going on? Now, can you explain to me why is it like this? I mean, man, I actually thought I will blame the GPU I thought I will blame the GPU with that amount of wattage. Seriously. Now it's 212 watts. Damn it. Now it's efficient with 40-50 FPS. I mean, yeah. Can't complain here, seriously. And if we're jumping in Starfield with this system, you can clearly see that the GPU is doing a fantastic job. 45 FPS, but hear me out, I have no upscaling. Yes, I have no nothing. Everything is 100% render scale, ultra details, no upscaling, and the GPU, it's struggling to do the job, but it's almost there, you know, it's almost actually delivering that FPS. 4.5 gig of VRAM utilized here with 98% load on the GPU core, 71 degrees, doing fantastic considering how much is being bottleneck here. Can't say nothing because it's delivering the performance. 14.6 gig of system RAM being utilized from this computer with 25-30% load on the CPU. Yeah, definitely it's working really nice. The only thing I want to see now is let's put FSR and frame generation on. Let's see how we doing with maximum details and the settings like that. Actually curious. 70-80 FPS. Wow, this is like voodoo magic, seriously, for me. 98% load on the GPU, 67 degrees, 170 watts consumption from the video card. And look at this, 350 watts consumption. I like it. 15 gig of system RAM being utilized. I mean, the whole thing is fantastic, you know. I like this idea of FSR, seriously. Usually I have some nice points to talk about the GPU or the system, but in this case I have nothing to complain. I mean, I like the computer, and in the future I will test more video cards in this PC because that's why it was made. This video card is actually fantastic because it's getting very cheap. It's got high frequency on the core. It's got 8 gig of VRAM, that is fantastic, 2060 Super with 8 gig of VRAM. It's making it a little proof considering the other one is 6 gig. Just in case you want DisplayPort and high experience with high FPS, this video card has lots of DisplayPort, so it can offer you that esports experience. It's fantastic. It's 20 series, so you can benefit from DLSS, but if games are not okay with DLSS, then you have FSR. So everything that is related to upscale, this video card can benefit. So from all the points, this video card is good, you know. The only thing you have to do is get a power supply that supports that 8-pin connector. Apparently, it's using one 8-pin connector, my MSI model. And I say it's not lots of wattage. You know, you've seen it that is utilizing nearly 200 watts, but that's not too much considering an average power supply. It's around 600, 700 watts. An average power supply, it's around 600, 700, you know, when you have to put it in a computer. That's my suggestion when it comes to power supply, 750 minimum. Regardless, I like this video card, I like the system, and yeah, if you have any suggestion for this computer or for this video card, leave a comment, and I will see you very soon.